guys, welcome to the DG Hodler Roundtable for July 8th. We've accomplished quite a bit of things over the last 2 weeks, and looking forward to discussing them all with you today, as well as going over all of the things on the agenda for the next 2 weeks. Just gonna wait a few more minutes for everyone to hop in. If you haven't already, hop into the scene and snag the Pope in the DG Conference Center. Awesome. All right, we can get started. So currently we got 755 million in the treasury, with now 180,000 DG staked in the governance contract. Quite a bit up from 2 weeks ago. We're still providing LP rewards in Uniswap V2, 76% APY, Sushi Swap, Quick Swap, and Pancake Swap. I would check out all of those yields. They're pretty solid still. The first thing I wanted to announce today is we onboarded our first QA engineer, Giselle. She's in this Discord chat currently as Shining Monster. She's on the stage now. I'd like to introduce her to everyone just because we're going to be starting to host weekly beta tester roundtable kind of community chats, separate from the DG Hodler Roundtable, just so that we can kind of get a lot of good feedback from our players and really be able to prioritize some of the fixes for the bugs. But anyways, I just wanted to introduce Shining Monster, Giselle.
Hi everyone. So I'm Giselle, and you can find me here on this server as Shining Monster. And I'm happy to announce that we're opening a new channel for our beta testers group to provide us feedback for issues that they might find when testing out our games and their experience overall. Of course, we want to make Decentral Games the best place in the Metaverse to have fun and to build a place with a real sense of community. So to kick things off, more details will be posted on the official newsletter for DG, and we will be reopening the beta testers channel to this revamped iteration tomorrow. We invite all of the members of our Decentral Games community who are interested in playtesting and giving us your feedback to be a part of this initiative. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out in the new channel that will be active starting tomorrow. And we will also be opening some new encounters, as Boss mentioned, the beta testers roundtable, and I'm super happy to be a part of this. And thank you all.
Awesome. Thank you, Giselle. Really looking forward to hosting these events and meetups, just so we can discuss a bit more in detail and get feedback directly from everyone in the community so we can improve the games. It's just since we have so many games now, we're at 5 different games, so I think it's really important that we do a good job of getting all the feedback from the community members and implementing bug fixes in orderly fashion. Awesome. I will invite Murph up to the stage now. Let's just do a general overview of the upcoming events that we have at DG. Murph, you want to hop up here?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. All right, so this week we have, actually Saturday, we're adding it's a live rope demo. This Saturday was kind of a last minute ad, but it sounds like a really cool event, so come check it out. It's going to be 8 p.m. UTC. And then next week we have Boys Noise is going to be at our community meetup. So that's gonna be really cool with the basically musicians breaking into the metaverse. So they're a music group from Berlin or Germany, if you don't know them, and they're gonna be having a show with us as well. And then on Friday, Anne Julie is having an album drop in Tomanoya, our DG partner artist. So that should be a really good time. And then we have a special event with Orange Joe. He's doing a showcase on Saturday 17th. So definitely come check it out with our routine events that we do with the Crypto Nights. And see you out there. Thanks.
Thanks, Murph. Awesome. All right. Well, now I'll just kind of go over a general update. Over the last 2 weeks, we've made several updates to all the games. Let's see, going through them. In terms of Roulette, we really dove into kind of fixing the user experience for the floating number above the wheel. Basically, it was a bit delayed in the past. We worked out all those issues with displaying the correct value in the Decentral SDK. So it's a bit more snappy now. I don't know if you guys have checked out the Roulette, but it's quick. I know Stream Crypto is happy with it. He's our biggest Roulette guy. So I would say definitely check it out if you haven't already. In terms of the blackjack, we updated a bit of cosmetic issues that were caused by some of the updates with the Decentral LAN SDK, including the blackjack chip behind the NPC dealer. If that's still an issue, I posted some instructions on how to fix that by basically clearing the cache in a special way in your browser. That's in the dev updates channel. There's like just a few different, there's like 2 steps or something you have to follow to fix it, but it should be fixed now. It was causing kind of one of the textures to not appear correctly. The main kind of development, over the last 2 weeks has really been around poker and kind of getting poker ready for cash games. We've hosted several tournaments pretty much daily to engage the community and gather feedback on the games. In terms of the development updates for poker, we added a 3D model above the table that displays the blinds, active table token, and rake above each table. We oriented the tables all in the same direction of upstairs Tominoya to face south, so it's a bit more orderly. We updated the poker button and chip selection after joining the table to be a bit more user-friendly. We switched the poker table is active, basically so that you don't have to switch it yourself. We updated the poker backend to be part of the main production backend now, so it's a bit more streamlined in terms of our tech stack. We fixed the issue where the competition mode would interfere with the poker game, so that was a big kind of ask from the community because every time we hosted a crypto competition or free play competition, it would interfere with current poker games. So that's no longer an issue, which is great. And then just in general, there were a few different UI issues that were interfering with other games with poker that are now fixed. So that should be a huge improvement. Like if you were playing poker and then, hopped over to play roulette or blackjack and back again, those issues are no longer there. And then, yeah, that's in terms of poker, that's what we've done over the last 2 weeks. We've obviously been really, working hard on integrating crypto for the cash games. We've made solid progress on it, still in the testing phase currently. And then we're shooting to go live with it sometime early next week. We've, queued the announcement, got it ready to go. We're just kind of squashing a few final bugs that happened with edge cases, and it got like maybe a couple days to a week delayed just because last week was really focused on improving the Polygon congestion issues that were causing kind of some delays in transactions and nonce issues. So hope to roll out poker crypto cash games sometime next week, and then commence testing with the community. In terms of slots, now if you play slots, it integrates to your free play balance The slots are located in the west and east wings, upstairs and downstairs of the Tominoya Casino. We'll soon add them to the other builds, but currently, if you want to play them, I would say hop into Tominoya and head to one of those east or west wings. They're pretty cool compared to our original first version of the DG slots. If you haven't tested them already, they're 5 different reels with several different pay lines, and like I think 11 different types of jackpots that you can get. In terms of future development for slots, right now we're designing the user experience for the crypto slots, and just because it's a bit arduous to submit transactions for each spin, and in slots you kind of want a immediate user experience and feedback for each spin of the reels. We're focused on creating a user experience that is kind of built around adding some funds to your balance, your active balance in slots at the start of each session, and then being able to play infinite times, kind of like a state channel approach. We felt that this was, the best way of solving this issue, just to deliver a quick user experience and, not have to pay too much in Polygon gas fees. So we've designed this user experience, and now we're starting to code the smart contract for the slots. Should be finished this weekend, so then we can start testing by end of next week, I would say. In terms of general casino updates, it was mainly kind of around the Polygon issues with the congestion of the network. It's kind of a double-edged sword. The adoption is great for Polygon since more folks have been depositing their assets to the sidechain. So it kind of allows us to attract a lot of new users that already have their funds on Polygon, so they can easily onboard to DG. But at the same time, sometimes there's spikes in the network in terms of volume of transactions. And so in the past, we didn't really have to worry about this issue. We paid, a fraction of a cent for each transaction, since obviously the player doesn't have to pay any gas fees. But because there was never, huge spikes of transaction volume, we didn't have to really deal with a super dynamic gas pricing. And so last week we went really hard on kind of sorting out a much better solution for this, a much better way of pricing transactions, because we need them to be mined immediately. So we kind of have to err on the higher end in terms of pricing. And then we ran into a few different issues around the gas limit. Apparently there's a cap, so you can't have a gas limit times gas price of over 1 Matic token. So that was causing a few issues, but sorted everything out last week. Gameplay should be a lot smoother now, and transactions should be mined immediately still, so that we can, deliver a much smoother user experience. We finally fixed the wearables bonus issue by calculating, basically just being able to detect if a user is wearing a DG wearable. There was an issue with kind of grabbing this data with the Decentraland API, and so we kind of figured out a workaround using our DG node, actually, that is much more reliable. So the issues with wearable bonuses should be sorted now. It's much better. If there are any issues that persist, reach out to me, but it seems like everyone has been able to have the correct bonus given to them for the DG mining from the wearables. We updated the kiosks that link to the DG site in Tominoya. Check them out. They're featuring the new DG logo, kind of a bit more sleek. And then, in terms of the website, we actually pushed quite a few updates, merged them to production in terms of redesign of the site. If you haven't checked it out already, the account page that shows all the player balances is a lot sleeker now. It's kind of like a more vertical design, better to track, all the user balances. The player items page has got a facelift. It's pretty cool. To show kind of all your NFTs, your DG NFTs and your popes. It's a much sleeker design. I would check it out. It's on a tab on the account page. Gameplay history page, much better as well. Events page is a lot sleeker. The blog page is kind of redesigned as well, and that also links at the top directly to the Dev Updates newsletter on our Substack. That's I would definitely check that out. And then token ecosystem page, DG ecosystem, to display treasury, governance, staking, etc. Got a slight facelift. It's looking a lot better now and better communicates the data that of the treasury to the user. And then we spiced up the casinos page and games page. The casinos page now has kind of a live GIF that shows, day mode and night mode of each casino, and it loops. So it's a bit more engaging, enticing to hop in. I would check that out if you haven't already. And we also added back the leaderboard section. There was a time like last week or the week before where we had to kind of redo that. The leaderboard section now features all of the new tokens that we offer. And so definitely check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, that pretty much covers it in terms of the development updates over the last 2 weeks. In terms of the focus going forward over the next 2 weeks, we're really going hard on the crypto integration to deliver poker cash games. We're going to roll those out initially with Mana and Dai. We are working on a landing page update for the website in terms of final updates. We're going to focus on a bit of localization in terms of languages in order to deliver the correct language in the certain portions of the world. We are updating the crypto deposit flow. So basically the Connects deposit will be fully custom with DG branding. And then we're going to add poker hand history to the gameplay history section. And basically you'll be able to expand each gameplay transaction so that you can see kind of the whole history of each poker game. As I said before, the slots crypto integration, that'll be up next. We've pretty much designed the user experience for this, and it'll be implemented probably by end of next week. In terms of the updates for the website, we're also adding intercom chatbots. So you'll be able to live chat with someone from our team directly from the website in order to bugs and general questions. And then a few other things kind of we're focusing on this week are kind of adding a bit more user retention focus to our free play gameplay. That's something I kind of wanted to talk to a bit this roundtable. Essentially, we want people to be able to play free play. Hold on one second. Basically, we'll one sec. The free play chips will have kind of a play to earn aspect, so that you're basically incentivized to hang out in the casino. Top ups, I know it's been kind of a topic that we discussed in the past, but this new free play chip will basically be designed such that you will have to kind of hang out in the casino and accomplish certain things amongst like a list to basically top up your free play balance. And we will integrate this into the new competition mode so that essentially it'll address the whole cheating issue with people creating multiple accounts and being able to rack up really large balances and scores during the free play competitions. In terms of governance proposals, we don't have anything active currently. If anyone wants to discuss those today, happy to kind of bring those on the floor. We host daily crypto competitions for the poker. I would say if you haven't already, I'd say check those out. We have DG prizes, and we usually do 4-table tournaments. So definitely post in the poker channels of the Discord if you're interested in competing for those. Things to talk about, post dev updates channel today. I know Chris K wasn't able to join last week's or last time we had the community update. I know he put together a pretty awesome marketing dashboard for DG community marketing, and he's looking for other folks to get kind of involved with that. today. We can kind of bring him up here to talk about that a bit. Chris, are you on the call currently?
What's up, everyone? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome. So in the general chat, I posted the DG marketing dashboard that I kind of been working on. And basically, it's meant to be like a public-facing site for all of the marketing ideas that anybody in the community really has. So right now, I'm managing it. If anybody wants to, help contribute, feel free to message me after. But I do want to share, if that's okay, like 2 cool ideas I had for like the marketing side of things. Basically, should I share my screen, or you guys can just go to the website? Either or works. But essentially, what I think will be cool is if we make a Twitter bot, which the first thing I want to talk about, a Twitter bot that basically tweets automatically when there's, let's say, somebody wins over $1,000 or something. And I've just been noticing a lot of bots on Twitter, whether it's like the CryptoPunks bots. It's just a good way to get free exposure because let's say there's like a $10,000 jackpot, right? Right now it will go unnoticed, but if it's on Twitter, people will react, retweet it, and every time somebody likes something, like their whole feed sees it. So I think it's just a really easy and effortless way to kind of just spread the word. And I kind of did I put some pictures on. So if you guys go onto the website and scroll down to where it says creative marketing campaigns think tank, the first 2 ideas, the Twitter bot, if you click on it, expand it, you kind of see the description, the rationale behind it, and I even put like some mock-up pictures of what it would look like. But yeah, I think I guess what I would need, or what we would need, is just, I guess, somebody from the team to kind of put together a transaction scraper. I'm not really sure how it would work, but if anybody from the team wants to do that or help me with that, that'll be cool. I think it'll be a cool addition. So yeah, you guys can message me after, or just we can talk in the main channel. But the second idea I had is a similar idea, except it will be like a leaderboard / recent jackpots, and that's also on the website. So if you're not on growingdg.com, or if you are on growingdg.com, scroll down to the creative marketing campaigns, and it is the second card that says DG Winners site. And basically, it's similar to the bot. I saw that Pool Together had somebody from the community had made a site where it's like the luckiest lottery winners from their platform, and I think it's just a cool thing to have, just like something to share where people can see like the luckiest winners, the people that have gambled the most. Because I know there's like a leaderboard in the actual casinos, but like I think most of our future users won't be in Decentralized to see that. So if they have like some website to kind of get the social proof, like, hey, people are actually winning money. Somebody just say something. Yeah. Anyways, like I think no problem. I think the Twitter bot and the website will be a cool addition. Like I said, I feel like it's like a build once, set it and forget it type thing, where we could just have a social proof marketing campaign that is basically hands off for us, right? Like personally myself, I would love to retweet like big winners or jackpots, or if Stream Crypto hits like a 20K roulette or something. Yeah, I just think it's a fairly easy and frictionless marketing channel that we could add. I don't know if anybody wants to help me out with that. Feel free to message or speak up, whatever. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just trying to think of creative ideas to kind of help and push DG in the marketing front of things. So like I said, if anybody else is on a similar wave, just reach out to me, and we can, anybody's welcome to contribute or give ideas. I'll try to make like a tiny committee for that can actually edit the website, right? We don't want anybody and everybody just editing things, but everybody is welcome. So yeah, just reach out. And yeah, that's it. growingdg.com. I put it in the general chat. Yeah. Bookmark it, and I'm still polishing it up. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on, what I'll be working on. So
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. That's great. It's really cool to see some community-led marketing initiatives. And this resource is amazing. I don't know if you guys haven't checked out Chris's videos. He makes some really awesome YouTube videos that kind of explains how to get involved with DG. Some that explain kind of the structure and the architecture of some of the offerings that we have rolled out. So I would say definitely check them out if you haven't already. All right, we have a few requests to come up. Sathvik. We can open it up to the floor now for any community members to request to speak and ask any questions. I can go through the voice channel or the voice text channel. So if you don't want to come up and speak, you can directly just ask questions or bring up topics to discuss in that channel as well. Zeta. Inviting Zeta up.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey, I'm curious, are you guys working with your new neighbors, Bosun Protocol at all? Or, obviously Club Amnesia is coming soon. Just curious, like, what things going on in the district that you guys are a part of? I'm curious. Coming up.
Yeah, I can invite Ryan up to the stage. He can kind of talk on the Boson Protocol. Let's see, Ryan. There we go.
Hello. Yeah, on Boson specifically, we did have a conversation with them a couple weeks back. I think at this point, in terms of being a good community member, we've talked to them a little bit about the Matic network and some of their plans to bring their platform on chain after having a beta, but we don't have specific plans for partnership with them yet and can't speak to their roadmap necessarily. Otherwise, yeah, have some more partner casinos in the works that hope to be able to announce soon. And then in terms of events in the district, of course, continue to bring artists, musicians into the space and folks from the community to promote their work. I don't know if Boss, you have anything to add?
Oh no, that's great. Boson Protocol. Vision is kind of around e-commerce. So I think there will be a lot of overlap, and we can collaborate on a few things. But right now, I mean, obviously, our focus is increasing our product offering and optimizing our current games such that we're able to daily active accounts. That's kind of one thing I also wanted to talk about a bit in terms of just making the casino a bit more live. I touched upon briefly earlier about kind of just like the user retention focused daily incentives to just hang out in the casino by recharging your free play balance. I think that's something we can roll out pretty soon, but something else that I think is a pretty cool feature that we're adding to just the user experience of being in the casino is emotes. Basically, we're able to use the SDK to have people emote given certain events that happen in the casino. So if you can imagine, we are looking into kind of adding the functionality to make avatars, celebrate or make it rain emote once they're winning a hand of blackjack or once they win a spin of roulette, and then we're able to make everyone in the vicinity of that user applaud them. So I think doing stuff like this, kind of small additions to the emotes, and then having a lot more avatars in the scene, because we're incentivizing them to just hang out and accrue their free play balance instead of just being able to top up endlessly. I think the dynamic of being in the casino will be a lot more live, just because there'll be a lot more users that are constant kind of doing emoting around you. So I'm really looking forward to rolling this out. I think this should be relatively team to add these features, just because it's kind of like a SDK feature. So really excited to roll these kind of items out around user retention, and just improving the user experience. In terms of partnerships with Amnesia, if you guys haven't checked that out already, it's across the street from Tominoya on the south, or to the south. It's pretty cool. You can hop in. It's kind of surrounded by like a black wall. That's just to kind of make it a night mode by default inside of those walls. We're working out a way of not making it look like that from the outside, but you can just kind of check out the build if you want. Right south, it's pretty big. I think it's over 55 parcels of land, and has 2 different stages, several different rooms, an NFT gallery inside, and then you can see it as well. We have like some wearable shop specifically for that partner. So I would say definitely check it out if you have a minute. Just walk south from the Tominoya Casino. Let's see. Checking the voice chat.
Do you have an official launch date for that by chance?
Not yet. Basically, we're looking at kind of planning one, and the build is ready. But I would say we kind of realized, team, that we really wanted to implement a few items around retention. A simple one, obviously, low hanging, the free play. We want to kind of add different incentives to come back daily and play and just hang out and so we wanted to implement that initially, first before, doing other big marketing events, just because we feel that they'll be a bit more effective in getting folks to stay around, because, for Atari launch, we had several thousand people come by the event. But we think, we obviously could have done a better job at, retaining users and giving them a reason to come back every single day. So I think there's a few different things, like the one I just mentioned, that we can do pretty quickly. So I would say we're targeting by like 2 weeks from now to kind of have this, free play dynamic sorted out, and gamify just being in the casino a bit, so that our marketing kind of efforts have a bit more effect and ROI. But yeah, I think we'll announce the launch date. I think it's probably looking like it'll be towards like start of August or end of July time frame. But we're still gonna sort out the retention focus first.
Sure. And while you're talking about retention of things, just a suggestion, the Wonder Zone's been very successful in the fact that they have interactive free gameplay that's built on time-based limitation, but you get wearables out of it over time. So you guys could do future collections of DG wearables that are on the Matic network, and maybe do have some mining bonus or something, but make it so like people can maybe earn one a month or something like that over time if they spend time at the casino to get that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're kind of like thinking along the lines of spending time at the casino allows you to accrue like free play tokens, even if you're idle. And so we feel that will fill up the casinos a bit more, just like on a day-to-day basis. And then we're thinking, we've already started to make a few new Matic wearables on, like we just rolled out the hats, and we have a few other items that we're thinking about rolling out soon. And so yeah, I think we're really focused on allowing people who just kind of hang out and participate. They don't necessarily need to spend any money, but by just kind of being there and participating with the community and coming to events, that they'll be able to earn wearables. So definitely, that's a great call. Looking through the voice channel right now. Oh yeah, PW. So basically, we've spoken to Axie Infinity team. They're obviously doing a great job. They're blowing up in terms of user numbers, and we obviously feel that we can take a lot of pointers from their success. In terms of like building on the land in their Axie metaverse, we looked into it a bit, and it seems that initially it'll be kind of a bit limited in terms of what you can actually build. So in being able to port our games over, I'm not sure if it'll be feasible in the short term, just because it's kind of a bit more focused on just Axie related initiatives and games. But in the future, I mean, if they are able to add a SDK that'll support a bit more complex development, that's something we can definitely pursue. I know a lot of folks in the DG community have pretty large Axie plots in like really nice locations. So we've been kind of just like conversing with them about the prospects of building, but at the moment we're not able to build our games in any other metaverse really, and support crypto gameplay. So right now we're really just focused on improving our existing offerings in Decentraland, and then keeping our eyes open for any other options if they do arise.
Mentioning other metaverses, what are your thoughts on Sandbox and the future for that with you guys?
It's kind of similar to Axie in a way. It's a bit limited. I mean, I think they're kind of going after the angle of being a bit easier for anyone to build a game, and so they have like a lot of features that you can use to build games. But in terms of like full customization of the games, it doesn't really support the kind of freedom that Decentraland gives you from a developer perspective. So at the moment, we don't have any Sandbox plots, but if they do, just like with Axie, if they do add a bit more custom support for development, we can definitely build our games inside there. But it seems like at the moment they're a bit more focused on kind of making it a bit easier for just indie developers to build experiences, which is awesome. But for us, our games are pretty
Different application. Yeah.
it's our games are a bit more
Insightful though. Thank you.
involved. Yeah. Kurzaz, is there a spectator view to replay for guests? We don't have a spectator view replay, but we have been doing a bit of streaming, so obviously you can watch that in terms of seeing the games from a third-person perspective. Right now, in terms of poker, if you do want to watch high rollers play poker, you can just kind of hang out at the table and you'll be able to see everyone's bets. But we don't currently have a spectator view for poker where you can see everyone's hands, like you do like on ESPN. So that's something that we're looking into adding kind of down the line a bit. But at the moment, we're just really trying to perfect the first person gameplay experience. So, but we do see the potential of creating a streamer mode for poker, just because it is very popular. So that's a good point. PM governance popes. We don't have any updates on that actually. I need to reach out to Patricio from Pope, but it seems like they're pretty close for being able to support that. I think it should just be like basically adding a widget to our governance dashboard. But I will reach out right now and give an update on that after this call. DG rewards for crypto poker. Yes, Draylon, there will be DG rewards for crypto poker, and it's basically going to be calculated by the rake. So initially, our rake is just set for 5% of the pot with a 3 big blind max. And these are variables that we can adjust pretty easily. We just kind of felt that that would be a good base to get started. Basically, the DG Mind algorithm for poker will basically follow whatever each individual player's contribution is to the treasury, and then it would target 50% of that. So basically, there's a function on the smart contract for the poker game that calculates this. So if the pot is 100 die, and then the rake is 5 die, and there's three players that split that rake, or actually just 2 players, let's simplicity's sake, then each player would mine 1.25 die, or 1.25 USD of DG. So it's basically the same type of concept that we have for the other games, but it's different. Just the poker rate calculation, but it will target 50% as a base of the contribution that each player makes to the DG treasury. And then we'll be publishing, once we go live with it, publish a portion of the docs that explains it in more detail. But it's basically going to follow the same dynamic as blackjack and roulette, and same with slots as well. It'll all follow the same. Let's see, anything else? You guys want to post anything else on the chat channel? We can address it in the call. If you haven't already claimed the Pope, it's in the conference center. And our next upcoming event is Crypto Casino Night, which will be tomorrow.
Actually, we got hip hop night.
LT 600.
Actually, we got Up Late with DG tonight. It's a free play hip hop night at 1 a.m. UTC.
Awesome. LT 600. Yeah, the crypto tournament for no more unlimited buy-in. Yeah, not Santa and our studios. Those guys are some pretty high rollers. That's something that we've considered a few times. I mean, I think we talked about it in the roundtable. We haven't started any implementation of the logic behind that, but it's definitely something to do. If there's like a specific value that you're thinking of doing or of proposing for that, let me know. I'd say like our main focus, the competitions is right now is kind of around this the free play competition. Some people kind of creating multiple accounts, and we feel that this new free will address that a bit, but we can definitely add logic so that some of the crypto tournaments have like a max bet per hand or something. Yeah, Budman, we basically just added the logic in the poker so that we can control the blinds on our server remotely. And so in the tournaments, we'll be able to soon increase the blinds automatically over time. Basically just like a regular crypto poker or a regular poker tournament. Yeah, the two last things for poker really, I mean, the crypto integration has gone well and we've tested it on the test net. But the two last things are just those remaining edge case bugs when you are auto folded and multiple side pots are created. There's just two edge cases where pot calculation is distributed correctly. And we're hammering those out before we go live with the cash games, just so that people aren't losing money that they shouldn't. but we should have that sorted shortly. Oxy, the public view of players be basically a time delay. So it'd be the way we would do it is it would be streamed, but it would be delayed by 10 minutes or so, so that people could watch. But yeah, you wouldn't be able to view other people's cards. Yeah, I do like the Kryptonite tiers though. I think that's a great call. Because we don't want new players to be kind of discouraged from participating once they see Not Santa or our studios or stream with a couple thousand within the first 5 minutes. So yeah, I mean that's something that if you guys wanted to discuss that, I mean there's two ways of going about that really. Have kind of a max buy-in amount at the start of the tournament, so you wouldn't have access to your full stack to play. You would have to kind of load up a few thousand die or even less. We can set that number kind of dynamically, or you could have a max bet per hand for the tournament just during that hour of gameplay. Those are kind of the two approaches in terms of logic on the back end we're considering in order to deliver that user experience. But if there is one that you guys think would work better or be more appealing, definitely let us know. Stream NFT card with die. I'm not entirely sure. Stream, do you want to come up and maybe it would be easier to discuss that with voice? Potentially. No worries. I can circle up with you after this call. Yeah, I mean, Oxy, the buy-in approach is what we're thinking for the free play competitions. Just because with this new model for free play, you're basically going to be able to mine free play by just out in the incentivize people to be there. And so the way we're thinking about that is essentially you'll start any new address will start with like 1,000 free play, and then the max buy-in for the free play tournaments is 5,000. So that the folks that create multiple accounts on the spot, they'll have to start at a lower balance than the people that are actually participating in daily community. And so they obviously if you're now in the casino, you can start with 5,000, which is the usual balance. But if you just create a new account, then you'd have to start with 1,000. So we're going to see if this addresses kind of the issues around the free play tournaments, because just like with the crypto tournaments for high roll, those are kind of the first experience that a lot of players have with DG, and we don't want them to be discouraged immediately when they see someone with 500,000 score within the first 5-10 minutes. So yeah, I think in terms of the buy-in, I think we can apply that logic for certain crypto play tournaments as well. We've already designed some mock-ups for this. Essentially, it would just be like a UI modal that pops over your screen at the start of the tournament, and then you're able to buy into the tournament with however many tokens that you'd wish, and then your stack would then be based on that value for the hour-long tournament. But yeah, I mean it's tough though, because a few folks on the team have tried, and if you max, you can get like over 1 million points in the free play tournament. So it's really hard to kind of add logic that discourages cheating, but then also doesn't punish someone for just being extremely lucky. Oxy, are you, when you say DG app, are you thinking like a calendar app or kind of like a playing the games through mobile? Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, that's a great call. We can add a calendar button, or maybe even a add all to calendar button. That's definitely doable. Yeah, great call. Yeah, we can definitely add that. Let me take a note of that. Yeah, we can add that directly on the events page of the site, so you can individually add each event to your calendar, or just an add all button would be great as well. We can make that happen. All right, we got 7 more minutes on this call, so if you guys have any other topics to bring up during this roundtable, definitely throw them in the chat. Happy to go into detail on any of the items that we already discussed. But yeah, I mean, mainly, our objectives now is really just improving user retention, improving our product offering, with crypto, and then just enabling a much easier onboard, so that folks can deposit crypto a lot more seamlessly than as it was before. So if there's anything around those items, happy to dive into those a bit more as well. Graphical is Apple shenanigans with blocking DApp going to affect anything for us? No, we don't have an application on the App Store, so fortunately won't be affected by that. I know that Decentraland is working on a native client, but that'll just be downloaded directly from the Decentraland website, so that shouldn't be an issue. It'll just be its own direct download application, so we won't have to deal with any issues that arise from the Apple App Store. If anyone wants to come up and hop on voice, feel free to request to raise your hand. Sean Kim, so your question about the referral system. Yeah, so right now, the current DG A pointer contract is what distributes the rewards for the affiliate system, and it also does like the DG mining rewards. It's all part of the same smart contract, and so right now, yeah, it's just incentivizing the person who referred. We've considered changing it over to kind of a two-pronged approach to compensate the referrer and the referee, but that would require deploying a new contract. So at the moment, we are unable to add that support, but it's something that we can definitely do in the future. That kind of also coupled with doing multi-level, so that the person you refer, and then if they refer someone, you would get a very small piece of, a couple layers down the chain. But right now we just have one layer, and the referrer is the one that benefits.
Question: any updates on getting DG listed on like big exchanges?
Right now, I mean, we're still waiting to hear back from a few folks that we've submitted applications. Right, it's the kind of the market pullback, I think, delayed a lot of listings, but that's kind of why we went after the pancake swap, like liquidity mining rewards, just to kind of allow folks to trade DG on another venue that's decentralized. So unfortunately, we're on their timeline for all these listings, but we are pushing forward on those fronts on a few major exchanges. So hope to have some good news soon, but it's really up to the respective teams to decide when to list the token. But I mean, it seems like there is a kind of growing narrative around NFTs again, thanks to kind of the success that Axie has experienced over the last couple of weeks. So I mean, we do think that DG can definitely benefit from some of that attention, as we've seen with MVI performing pretty well as well. So hoping that kind of helps our case with in terms of a lot of these timelines. Actually, MVI is the Metaverse index. It holds all types of Metaverse-based or Metaverse-related tokens, like Axie, Rarible, DG, stuff like that. Mana. All right, we're about to wrap up. If there's any last questions to answer those, but I really appreciate everyone joining. We're really just head down, creating, just focused on improving product and retention, and then we're really excited about a bunch of the bigger marketing once we have crypto gameplay enabled for all of the games, all in one scene. We're really excited about a few partnered casinos that we're going to be rolling out over the next month or two, using our NPM package as well. So look out for those announcements. But in general, yeah, the majority of our kind of headspace as a team right now is just really improving the product, improving the onboard retention of just a daily gameplay, and kind of just around just being able to earn something of economic value by just participating and hanging out in the casino. So we hope that by doing these, by accomplishing these items, then all of our marketing efforts for big shows, events, and campaigns will be much more effective, because it will not only just a cool one-time event, but gets folks to, it acquires players, and then they are retained through the economics of the daily incentives. I appreciate everyone for joining. If there's anything else that we didn't cover that you wanted to ask, feel free to just throw it in the Discord channel or reach out to me directly. But I appreciate everyone for being here. And if you haven't grabbed the Pope, snag it in the conference center, and make sure to attend the rest of events this week. We have one free play event late night tonight and crypto play event tomorrow. Thanks everyone for joining. I'll see you in 2 weeks.